episode of Around the Corner. We're getting into the spooky season. We're at Nightmares Haunted House in Bentonville.
What started out 35 years ago as just a haunted hayride has turned into this 4,000 square foot complex of horror.
Are y'all ready to be scared?
Yes.
Okay, I heard if we press this green button back here, the screams start immediately.
Does everybody use the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
3, 2, 1.
Therefore, get you. You know, I'm getting old for my old age. Oh, I don't like that.
All right, so Zach is out there in the haunted house already, and this is the control room. We're gonna scare him. Come on.
Sideways. Dude, that messed with the mind. It was a big mind messer.
Send in the clown.
That was one. That was one.
We're up next, and Zach wasn't smart like us.
Yeah, we know that there's power in numbers.
We're sticking together. Here we go, let's go. Oh, I don't like these people.
You like clowns?
No, because you have to walk by them. Oh my!
3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am ready to get out of here because it lived up to the name. That was a little bit of a nightmare.
I know we're not supposed to show any fear, but I did just a little bit.
It was a lot
Yeah,
of it.
I think so. I'm glad we went together, right?
Yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah. All right, you have to check it out, and we'll see you next time on
Around the corner.
I don't want to be last. I don't want to be last. I don't want to be last. This week on Around the Corner, Tiffany and Joe couldn't be here with me, but we know the show must go on. We've got special guest Morgan Wrigley here.
Surprise! Zach couldn't let you do this by yourself. And we are so excited because today we are at the Beard and Lady Inn in Chester.
This place rich with history, 137 years, survived multiple tornadoes, multiple fires, multiple floods, and still standing.
Yeah, and there might even be some ghost stories for you inside here and on our spooky season, but that's just scratching the surface of all there is to see.
So excited to show everyone. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we're starting out here in the Mercantile, attached to the inn.
Yeah, this place is full of curiosities and treasures.
And we want to introduce you to who some people call the lady of the Beard and Lady Inn. We call her the mind, the visionary, Miss Lacey Hendricks.
Yes, and Lacey, you grew up in this area. Tell us a little bit about your story and how we got here today.
Yeah, born and raised just a few miles north of these tracks. We're right here where the inn's at. Stayed here as a kid several times, have a lot of history. In 2020, we bought it and began a complete renovation of the place, almost 18 months of going down to the dirt and bringing it back. Today we have a beautiful apothecary and gift shop that we love to welcome guests in, and then upstairs we have 11 rooms to look at. So these stairs are actually original to the building. As you go up, you'll notice that they have a hard slant to the right.
Oh, yeah.
So 137 years of traveling feet that have created that beautiful slant in our stairs, so watch your step. We are here in the grand hallway. I like to point out to people that we actually have some shotgun splatter on our ceiling that's kind of reminiscent, speaks back to the Wild West days,
Yes,
right?
awesome.
We have this newspaper that's my favorite piece in the building, actually. It is Tender 1905.
Dear girls, write to me if you wish to marry soon. I'm 5'6", brown hair, weight 195, have $500 cash.
Hello boys, here's a nice girl from the Pine Tree State. Maine girls are all right. If you don't think so, write to me and be convinced.
This is an inn you've gone through, you really wanted to make this an experience for your guests, and you've themed all the rooms.
All inspired by common human fears and the stories of overcoming. So we don't land with the fear, it's the full-on experience of overcoming. So things like writer's block, fear of missing out, fear of commitment, fear of being alone. There's 11 to explore, but I'd love to show you a couple while we're here.
So you've given us a tour, really just given us a glimpse of what this place has to offer.
Yeah, and now for those that love just a little bit of a good ghost story, you've got some of those.
I have a few,
Okay.
yeah. Last year in November, I stayed here a night, stayed in a room alone by myself, and I chose to actually stay in the fear of being alone. I actually wrote the sentence, but are we ever truly, really alone? And question mark. And when I did, the lamp that was on the bedside table lit the room up like daylight all of a sudden. 30 seconds go by and I heard the train blow its whistle. I got excited and I thought, oh, I'd love to have a video of standing at the doors and watch the train come down through the valley. And I'm waiting right here as we're standing, sitting, waiting, and it never comes. 15 minutes go by and I'm like, I just need to go to bed. So I stand up to go back to my room, and as I did, I could see my reflection in this window here, and then I saw a reflection of someone else standing next to me right here. At that point, I promptly put myself to bed. So,
Yeah, so that happened right here?
yes.
Okay, well I think it's time for us to go. That'll do it for us this week on
Around the Corner.
We'll just move over here, that's fine. We'll just... This week we're back at Megara Farms Rivercrest Orchard in Fayetteville.
Yeah, where the Fall Festival is underway right now. There's so many fun things to do inside, and they're adding more every year. Right now, they're celebrating 200 years.
Yes, and this time we want to learn more about the family behind the farm.
Yeah.
Ready?
Let's go. There's so many fun things to do here, but one thing you gotta try is this corn maze, right? Because it's 6 acres, it's huge. I think we can make it through it.
Yeah, probably in just like 3 minutes or something. Hey, everyone loves a good corn maze theme. You get the aerial shots, you see the different pathways. This year's theme, Megara Heritage, 200 years. We've brought in Dennis Megara. We want to do a little walk and talk with you if we can and learn about this 200 years of your family here in Northwest Arkansas. Is that cool?
Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to tell you guys about my family. Our family was the first European settlers in Northwest Arkansas. It's been a little over 200 years ago. Feel like I was born to do the farming thing. Was raised on my grandfather's farm. We did strawberries, tomatoes, several other vegetables as I was growing up. If you would have asked the 5-year-old me what I wanted to do, I would have told you I was going to be a farmer.
And here you are.
Here we are 40 years later.
Thank you for getting us this far through the maze. I think Zach and I are gonna try to see if we can finish. Do you think we can do it?
Well,
Any tips?
I'd let her do the
right about
navigating.
that. You ready?
So-
I bet
Let
you
me go first.
she doesn't
Thank
even
you,
know.
Dennis.
I find true north before she does, I'll tell you
This
that.
way, let's go.
You don't even know which way the sun rises, do you?
I do too. Well, I made it. I just don't have Zach. Zach! I have to go get him. Zach! Picture break.
All right, so it is a fall fest, but it's also a pumpkin patch. You gotta get your pumpkins before you leave.
I think so. And we got our pick of any kind of pumpkin you want. We had a great time, and you got to come check it out. We'll see you next time on
Around the corner. That's a good job. I think you can actually make pumpkin pie out of these blue ones. I thought it was the jack-o'-lanterns, but that's why they call them jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Did you get the company card?
I got the company card.
On this episode of Around the Corner, we're here at the Belle Grove District in Fort Smith. We brought you to the Clayton House.
Yeah, inside we're going to learn all about what the Claytons have done in Fort Smith and all around our area.
Guys, that's all nice, but it's October. I'm here for the ghosts.
Yeah, we heard there might be some stories, right?
There are some real stories here.
Let's go find out.
It is a little creepy, but awesome at the same time.
All right, so this is the Clayton House. Amazing, right? You see pictures actually right here of Mr. and Mrs. Clayton. Those are hanging on the wall. And you know that Mr. Clayton actually was a prosecutor for Judge Parker.
He also was very instrumental in getting public education here in Arkansas and allowing girls the opportunity to attend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great history, and they can get all that on the tour. Can we get to the ghost stories?
Okay, Jennifer, she gives tours. Let's go ask her.
There she is, Miss Jennifer. We are excited to hear some of these ghost stories, and you've got a lot of them. These seem like they've really got a spooky side to them.
Yeah, so they're personal for you. What happened?
What is now our beautiful dining room actually used to be a Civil War hospital. And in this room, we have a nurse that has been seen walking around. But my personal experience with her was we have a security system. I would go in to set it, and as I backed out of the closet, there was a woman standing right over here in the corner.
Could you show us other rooms?
Of course, absolutely.
What's next?
So next we'll have our study. The items in this case belong to the Clayton family, and this cute little medal over here was won by William Clayton, and naturally people think that means William's son, William, but it was actually the nephew that came to live with them. We had a ghost group in here investigating, and they were asking questions, and they said, "William, were you proud of your son for winning this medal?" And they actually got a voice back that said, "That's the other William." Still to do with the case, I was working in my office one day and I kept hearing that. So I assumed it was our door. I stepped out, I looked, there's nothing here. I go on about my day, I open for tours, and the first people through the door were actually descendants of the William that won this medal.
No.
Wow.
Yes. So we've had several encounters with people who are downstairs, coming through the back door, or maybe walking around downstairs, and they glance up, and there's a gentleman standing at the top of the stairs on the landing looking down. So this is the master bedroom. Now, everything in this room actually belonged to Miss Agnes Oglesby. She was the daughter of the local district attorney, and eventually her brother became district attorney. Very prominent family in Fort Smith. The reason we're in here for our ghost story is there's a woman that is seen standing in the window looking out onto the street. I will tell you that I've been in here working in the closet, nowhere near this rocking chair, turned around, and the rocking chair was rocking back and forth.
Well, I love the abundance of ghost stories, but it's really good to know that none of them are threatening. They all seem to be friendly.
Nice ghosts. And come here, take a tour, because this is a beautiful house here at the
Absolutely.
Clayton home. You'll absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's perfect Halloween weekend or any other weekend of the year. That's it for us this week. We'll see you next time on
Around the corner. I dare you to stay up there 1 minute.
Okay. Purple dog there. Nope. Lock him, lock him, lock him.